A very good day to you and welcome to Citizens Dialogue on First Nest News. I am Becky Osoro. A statement that has shaken the political landscape, presidential hopeful Peter Obi has declared, Atiku is my leader and elder brother. Warning that anyone insulting ADC leaders essentially committing a crime against the party. At first glance, it looks like loyalty, but let's ask ourselves, is this a genuine show of respect or a signal that independence is being compromised for party hierarchy? If Obi is publicly aligning himself with Atiku, does it strengthen his position or does it risk alienating voters who value his independence? And when he once again criticizing party leaders, is this discipline or intimidation? Is this a smart political calculation or a dangerous gamble? Will voters see this as a strategic brilliance or as submission to the powers that be? Is Obi shaping future alliance or stepping onto a tightrope where one misstep could cost him credibility? When loyalty to a party elder is emphasized, who really holds power, the leader, the party, or the people? Is Obi trying to neutralize critics inside the ADC? Or is he sending a message to voters that their voices are secondary? Could this public declaration backfire, making him appear more obedient to leaders than to the electorate? Does this signal a temporary tactical alignment or a permanent realignment ahead of 2027 election? If Obi is positioning himself alongside Atiku, what does this mean for reformist movements that rely on independent credibility? Could Obi's statements create a perception that political survival is more important than reform, accountability, or voter engagement? And here's a question every Nigerian is asking. When politicians publicly bow to elders, are we witnessing strategic genuineness or the slow erosion of political independence? Are we entering a reality where political messaging is dominated by personality, hierarchy, and warnings, and the voters' voice takes a back seat? And finally, if this statement sets a precedent, will 2027 be fought on ideas or loyalty and personal allegiance? We now move on to a development story. APC Chieftain Mahmood Yakubu urges full federal support to reclaim Abia from Labour Party. A bold political statement is already sending strong signals ahead of 2027 election, and APC Chieftain Malam Yakubu is calling for full federal support to reclaim Abia State from the Labour Party. Can this be possible? But let's pause right here, because statements like this don't exist in a vacuum. When a political party openly asks for federal backing, what exactly is it saying about its confidence on the ground? Is this simply smart political calculation in a highly competitive system, or a subtle confession that grassroots mobilization alone may longer be enough? Is federal support being sought as a booster or a replacement for voter trust? Who truly holds political power in Abia State today? Is it a federal center with its influence and resources? Is it party machinery and political structures? And as the 2027 elections draw closer, another concern emerges. Are we witnessing healthy democratic competition where parties deploy every legal advantage available to them? Or are we watching the steady expansion of federal influence into state politics, an influence that cold elections are won and lost? Does it strengthen governance by creating alignment across levels of power? Is it about power? Is it about legitimacy, political strategy, and the future of democratic choice in Abia State? We now move on to another developing story coming in Kano State. Kano APC Kanduje clash with Kwakwanso over Yusuf. Ooh. Kano APC Kanduje versus Kwakwanso, the Yusuf factor, is a stage of political drama that could shape the 2027 election, diving into Kano. On one side, former Governor Abdullahi Ganduje. On the other side, political heavyweight Rabiu Kwakwanso. And at the center of it all, a rising politician named Yusuf. The question that hangs in the earth, it's simple but explosive. Is it a clash over one man or a battle for the soul of Kano politics itself? If APC is divided in one Nigeria's most strategic states, what does that mean for the voters? And here's a deeper question. Does this field reveal healthy competition? Or is it warning that internal divisions could determine the outcome of election before a single vote is cast? Think about it. Gandoji versus Kwakwansu. Is this about ideology, influence, or raw personal ambition? And you, the voter, whose voice matters more, yours or the power wielded by political heavyweights? Could this battle shift voter loyalties in ways no one expects? Could Yusuf's rise reshape alliances, challenging the old guard? And the ultimate question, is this the calm before a storm and could redefine Kano politics for years, or just another chapter in Nigerians' enduring game of political chess? These are the questions we must ask today, because the answers could shape not just Kano, but the 2027 election. Joining me to have this conversation is First Nest political analyst King Sojalo to help us dissect all we have read on the story headlines for today. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the show, Citizens Dialogue on First Nest News. Thanks for joining us. To help us dissect all that we have read on the story headlines today is First Nest political analyst King Sojalo. It's a pleasure having you, King Sojalo.
Thank you so much, Becky.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Are you okay?
Fine, yeah.
You look amazing.
It's good to see you.
It's always a pleasure having you on set.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm looking at the story so far. Let's just start with that of Peter Obi.
Okay.
Yeah. When a political figure publicly declares loyalty in this way, how should voters interpret it? Tactical genius or a surrender of autonomy?
Well, we won't call it a surrender. I think the ADC candidates talking about the life of Peter Obi, Atiku, and so many more. You know, if you look at the long run of Peter Obi and Atiku, they've always.
Is it submission?
Of course, it has been a submissive move for a long time.
Okay.
I think since 2016 and thereabout, where two of them has been, 2018 years when they were, in the platform of the PDP. You can remember where he was the running mate of Atiku until they splitted. We could remember that of that 2019 election. They were defeated by the later President Buhari.
Okay.
Then in 2022 they had a split against the 2023 election. I think though Peter Obi made some clarification that they were internal crisis and thereabouts, as they usually say, internal crisis. Anyone wants to defect to make mention of internal crisis. So, Peter Obi went to the Labour Party, while Atiku remained in the PDP, we could recall, you understand. So, I think that is what he's trying to measure here, you understand. If you look at those stands, they've been a loyalty move, you understand. He's always coming out to say, look, Atiku is my boss. He even made one jokey statement that he's my oga, just as the Igbo, I'm his boy, who I like an apprentice.
Look at it, in a political way.
Yes.
Peter Obi is a very good politician.
Yeah, of course.
All right?
Yes.
Him coming out to make this kind of a statement, what are we really expecting?
No, I think he's trying to clarify the public that look, because there'll be critics everywhere.
Okay.
Concerning, you could remember when Aisha Yusuf said if Peter Obi does not win this primary in the APC platform, that that she is going to decamp for the APC. So many others has come out. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to make sure that peace remain in the platform. You understand? A lot of people see it as being loyalist. Probably is loyalty is a sign of probably going to still be a running mate under with Atiku.
So just that kind of statement, is it coming out now or indirectly saying that he is running as a vice?
No. Because he has made it clear, he has clarified it that he is not going to be a vice to
anybody.
You understand? Even Atiku himself.
Okay.
So what I think he's trying to do is just trying to make settlement, make sure that the obedient movement in the ADC and also the Atiku subgroup and thereabouts should stop
his
having.
Voters should not, his supporters should not have a rivalry between the both of them.
Yes, the both of them. Yes. So till the primary occur. I think that's what he is trying to clarify the public. You understand? Because most voters and followers can be, arrogant.
Yeah, the ones that can actually,
cause chaos between two high-profile personas in a particular platform.
Okay.
So he is just trying to make a move that would definitely have that will bring peace to the coalition movement. So I think that is what Peter Obi, the former Anambra State governor, is doing. You understand? On the long run, they had connection between both of them. They've been, just as he said, he's my boss, referring to Atiku. So you can see the close relationship. You understand? But if you look at it at the wrong law, you know, if you ask me, I want to say, you know, despite
is it like a political risk or something?
Of course, that's where I'm going to. You know,
Okay,
leaving
okay.
the Labour Party at first. I don't know the. I might not really state the internal crisis. Just as he said, in the Labour Party that made it defect to the ADC. Yes, but nevertheless, I would have suggested, or I would have urged the former Anambra State government would have remained in the Labour Party.
Yeah.
I think by that move, I think the relationship will still stand, because just look at it right now. Let's be honest with ourselves, Becky. If the primary takes place right now, and probably Atiku wins, or probably Obi wins the mandate of presidency under the platform of ADC, will there be peace? That is the question.
But whatever happens in this country when it comes to politics, indirect or direct, there's always something behind it.
Of course, that is where I'm going. That's what I'm saying. You know, will there be peace if one of them emerge with the so-called obedient movement, or the Atiku sub group? Will there be peace between them, just as Peter Obi is making this public statement, you know, trying to clarify Atiku to be his boss and thereby? Will there be peace? So that's one question. I think yes, he has done the right thing by coming out to make sure that yes, there is no grievances between the subgroup, but nevertheless, I think the APC, ADC rather, you know, should be fair, you know, in the coming primary elections when it is time.
Okay, could this moment define a new era when personal loyalty and hierarchy outweighs voter engagement and ideas, or is it just, you know, a passing political maneuver?
To me, I don't see it as a maneuver. It's a means whereby, you know, clarifying the public that there's a great challenge ahead. You understand? And by that challenge, and that is when you will show the proactiveness of ADC. APC is the greatest challenge to the ADC. You understand? So let's take that fact. And I think in this medium, be it Atiku emerging as winner, be it Obi, you understand? I don't. Whatever critics might be saying that, because we've had a lot of critics saying that if Atiku emerge as winner in that platform, even the former Ekiti state governor made it that Obi is the only rival in the party system that, you know, that can challenge President Tinubu and thereabout. Yeah, I don't think that should be a remorse, you know, answer from a high-profile person. The thing is this: look, anyone the party recognizes as their presidential candidate, you understand? I think it is best for every other candidate in that party platform to work head to head in order to, you know, challenge the opposition rivals. Okay,
thank you so much. We just move on to another story. You had the story that's happening. The APC Chieftain,
yes,
is coming out to say that they want to collect Anambra State. It's Abia State, sorry. That's Labour Party. Yes. You know, for a while now, the Abia State has been like a hot move when it comes to politics. My problem is why the attention. Well, when it comes to Governor Alex Oti.
This is you know, these are loyalists from the great opposition. You understand? Now, if you look at it,
because I know in River State now you have APC now
already
here.
Exactly.
All right. So
see, Becky. Alex Oti to me is a very gentle person. You understand? I think he's someone who's trying to fight for the well-being of the people. He's not really concerned politics. He doesn't really have. Fine, he has made it clear that he is going to run for governorship election coming to
still under the Labour Party.
Now, if you look at him, his motive is not about political comeback. No, his motive is about the well-being of the people.
Okay,
you understand?
And that's what the people want.
And that is what the people want. Yes, you know, these are loyalists who are trying to take over power by all means to the ruling opposition, that is APC. So we know that one already. Now, the life of Oji Uzo Kalu and also Benjamin Kalu, that is the deputy speaker. You know, I think you know, they are just trying to frustrate the administration of Alex Oti, and which is.
But he looks as though he's unshakable.
Of course, that is what I'm saying. You know, try to frustrate the administration probably because you want to win the seat for your own party system. I don't think that is a way forward in a particular state like Abia State. You understand? I think there would have been a coalition movement despite party differences. It's just unfortunate that one individual who belongs to a particular party system try to antagonize. That has been our system. That has been our political system in this country. You now see that all party differences are antagonizing themselves, which is uncalled for. Because because Alex Otti is in the Labour Party, you are trying to frustrate and diminish. Okay, look at one of the crises that happened between Benjamin, where he went to demolish one of these schools in I think Eluko community. Yes, without the consent of the state governor, though the governor had to query him and there. But I think these are means of trying to orchestrate disagreement between a senator or a speaker of the House of Senate and a governor, which is unfair. You understand? I believe even the president is not even in support of this. If the president has not even come out, that is President Tinubu has not come out to stand against the current governor of Abia State. You can see them in a close relationship, but whereby someone from another angle is trying to bring enmity between the state governor and the president of that, it shows is a bad reputation concerning on that particular individual who is trying to cause beef between the state. Now, yes, they are all rolling around for the 2027 election. We know that, but let your campaign be based on what you can do for the people, what you can offer the people, not try to condemn the effort or not try to condemn an administration that has been well built, that the people are fully accepted. That it's sometimes you call it childish. You understand? Let me use that word. So you see, in the case of Alex Otti, Alex Otti, just like I said, is a prominent governor. Yes, no matter the fault he has with his own party system, because they also have internal crisis in that issue, and he has said, you can see that a governor in this remark said, despite his suspension, he is still going to stay in his party to solve the issue. That is a governor that should be given heavily kudos, and this is a sign, this is a full sign on the people that, look, this man indeed is someone that will really stand by us no matter the situation or the crisis that will happen in Abia State. This is someone that every citizen should point finger to and say, yes, this is a remarkable candidate for our state. Despite the internal crisis, he stood firm to his own party system. Others came out and said, oh, there are crises, that is why they left. Okay, look at the case of Yusuf, that is Abba Yusuf of Kano State. What was his own? He said there were internal crises, the betrayal.
So just finally on that, looking ahead of 2027 election,
yes,
are we likely to see more states become battlegrounds shaped by federal influence rather than local issues?
Of course. Now, in this remark, it doesn't really concern the local society. You understand? Fine, they are part of the state. We know that, but now it's about federal influences. You understand? That is what is happening right now. You understand? You can see the life of Benjamin Kalu, OG Kalu, and thereabout. Trying to see the governor saying the APC will unravel the state, take power from the state, and unseat the current governor of the state, even when the president of the Federal Republic has not even made such statement. You understand? So definitely, I think I won't use the word. Okay, let me use the word. It's been influenced by this the federal might, but not. How will I put it now? Influenced by the federal mind, but not openly. You understand? I think there is an underground cabal who are orchestrating all these things, to be able to unseat the governor. So my own advice, or my own advice to the state governor, that is, I'm talking about the life of Ale, should continue the good work. You understand? No matter the stones, he made it clear one certain time. He said, anyone who looks at a dog wide back, he will not get to his definition. Yes, he made it very clear. You understand? So he should not listen to those backing. He should not, antagonize those who are throwing stones. You understand? He should continue because it's unfortunate that it's unfortunate that our democratic system now is quite being hijacked now. You can see the ongoing defections thereabout, most especially by the ruling party. I think they've taken over 28 states in Nigeria out of 36 states or 29 rather. So you can see you understand. So for someone to have refused this offer, because that's what I see, I think they are trying to persuade him to join the APC by all means, but his refusal has really looks as if he's being disobedient, he's being stubborn. So that is why they are orchestrating all this campaign on his removal. So the governor should stick to his good work. He should abide to what the people want. And definitely, I know for the fact that when there is free and fair election in 2027, Governor Oti will take back his mandate as Abia State Governor. That is just the truth.
Thank you
so
much.
No matter what people say, those who are trying to criticize him, antagonize him from the federal level, even from the local from the local sites and thereabouts, he should really stand to his he should stand his ground as a state governor and do the remarkable.
Okay, just let's move on to Kano State.
Yes.
Kanduje versus Kwakwanso, the Yusuf factor. Of course, you know what has been happening in Kano for lately now. When two of Kano's most influential figures clash over a rising political like Yusuf, what does this reveal about the true power dynamics in APC today?
Well, we all know that Ganduje was once the APC chairman, and until he was given to Yawada, that was last year by the Yawada was appointed the APC chairman. But now, if you look at it, Ganduje was once the former governor of Kano State, and he knows the in and out of everything, and he knows every individual, both Kwankwaso, Yusuf, and thereabout. Now, this beef they've been having has been a long time ago. We're talking about since 2015, even when he downtrod the emir of Kano as a then. Yes, and he inserted one of his own personnel into that royal seat until Yusuf stood against it, and took his own person and brought back the main emir of Kano back to his sitting position. I think this beef have been a long time situation, unraveling both Ganduje and Kwankwaso. Yes, Ganduje now is in the ADC. We know that, and one also a chieftain trying to fight the opposition. Now look at it. I think Ganduje, the purpose of him trying to make his reconciliation is so that he will have more backings. You understand? Because he knows the ruling party, he knows how strong, and he knows their might. So I think this reconciliation by him and the Kwankwaso is a means whereby they will be able to frustrate the movement of the ruling party. That is what I see. Well, I think having beef in the political system is not even a good one at first, because it will definitely affect the well-being of citizens. You understand? When two political rivals who are controlling the affair of the people are fight, they say when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers this. So definitely it will affect the system, because we recall what happened during Fubara's removal from seat when the emergency ruling came. We know what really happened in Rivers State. So when it's also reflect in Kano State, you understand? I know Kwankwaso is not the governor, but he is also a prominent person in that state. You understand? So when there are beef between two people like that, definitely it might affect the people. So also see, governors should look for the way forward. I think enough of this beef, enough of these oppositions having beef about themselves. Look, Nigerians are crying. Nigerians need the full implementation of all state governors and also the president himself. We need to really sort out issues. That is what we are, issues that are affecting the economic system of Nigeria. That is what the people really want. Enough of this beef, because nobody care about this beef. Okay, if you are having issues, settle it internally. It shouldn't even come out in the press. What we want is positive changes in the system, in the political system of Nigeria, and also in the economical system of Nigeria. That is what the people want right now. Enough of politicians coming out to reconcile. Nobody cares about that. Is it reconciliation we want to eat? So that is the questions I think Nigerians are asking. So enough of this beef, and let unity come back to our democracy.
In Kano State.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, King Sajalo. It's my pleasure all the time to have you inside.
Thank you, Becky.
Thanks, everyone. That's our show for today. Citizens Dialogue on First News. I am Becky Osoro. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.